So I'm going to be giving you 5 great tips that will help you give an outstanding presentation in English. Tip number 1, be confident. Tip number 2, be prepared. Tip number 3, summarize your point. Tip number 4, structure your presentation in English. And tip number 5 will be invite questions from the audience. So we're looking at tip number 1. Tip number 1 would mean be confident. So you're worried about your level of English. You're worried about how to effectively give a great presentation. So the tip number 1 will be confident. Just believe in what you're going to say. Believe in yourself and know that what you're going to say will come out in the best possible way. So you need to be confident. With the level of English that you have, you need to be confident. Tip number 2 will be prepared. Confidence comes with preparation. So you need to study what you're going to talk about. If you're going to give a presentation in the workplace, you need to study. You need to know what you have to say. So you need to be prepared because you are given information. Even if your level of English is not where you want it to be, but at least you know what to say. You know what to say. You have information to give about your presentation. So that's the second tip, which is know what you want to talk about. Be prepared. And tip number 3 would be, if you're going to make the presentation, you should be able to make a list of what you're going to talk about. So, for example, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In today's presentation, I'll be talking about these, and these. So you're given a summary of what you want to talk about. You should be able to make a short list of what you're going to talk about. That would help the people listening to you to be able to know what to expect. Remember, it's like a menu that you would have in a restaurant. You know, when you have a menu, you're able to know what to expect from that restaurant. So you need to make a list. You need to summarize the point you're going to talk about in your presentation. So tip number 4 would be structure your presentation. What do I mean by structure your presentation? It simply means that when you're about to make your presentation, you should be able to say, today, I'm going to be talking about these. So you are beginning with these. To begin with, I'd like to say that. Or to start with, I'd like to say that. For a start, I'd like to say that. So you should be able to structure your presentation giving the first point, giving the second point, giving the third point. And of course, you would have to come with a conclusion of what you are talking about. So you could start by saying, well, to begin with, I'd like to say that. Or you can also say, secondly, I'd like to say that. So this is the second point. Thirdly, I'd like to say that. So you're going to the third point. If you have another point, you can say, well, fourthly, I'd like to say that. So you can continue like that based on the number of points that you want to present. Then, if you have a last point, you can simply say lastly, or finally, or in conclusion, to end your presentation. To end your presentation. So remember, you need to structure whatever you have to say. If this is your first time here, my name is Olaleye from One Tutor, and I'd like you to subscribe to the channel somewhere down here if it's your first time here, if you haven't subscribed before. Remember to also turn on the notification bell so you can stay informed of great videos like these that would help you all the time. So remember, the 5th great point would be to invite questions. Invite questions. Is there anyone would like to clarify, or is there something you'd like to know from what I've just said? So you are inviting comments. You're inviting questions from the audience. You're inviting questions from the audience. You know, and of course, your preparation will make you to be able to give an effective presentation. If you have questions about this video, kind of leave them in the comment section. Remember, it's all about practice. Practice makes perfect, and I'll see you at the next one.